What's going on, everyone? My name is Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics, and I am back. This is my first video in a couple of weeks. Hope everyone is doing well. Today is Monday, September 25th, National Comic Book Day. So I figured I'd show off some of my favorite comic books in my collection. Before I do that, though, hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of that. So I went ahead and I grabbed a bunch of books that I thought were pretty cool that I really like. Now, there's a ton of other books, obviously, in my collection that I absolutely love, but I can't grab every single book. I just grabbed a handful of books, and most of them are slabs. And again, that's not to say that the slabs behind me aren't amazing. Just these ones I'm going to show off are my favorites, I feel like, in my collection. Let's go ahead and get started here. First book up, just got back from CGC a couple weeks ago. This is TMNT #1, third printing in an 8.5 in a CGC case, signed and sketched by Kevin Eastman. Boom, boom. There's a little turtle right there. First of a couple TMNT books. So that's issue #1. Got that recently, earlier this year. Had to send it back to CGC for a reholder. There's a whole video on that. This next one is TMNT issue #2. This is the second printing. Also signed and sketched right there. This came back in 9.4. I was a little upset with it being a 9.4, but you know what? It's still a near mint copy. Happy to have it in my collection. #2, second printing. Now that I have #1 and #2, at some point, I'd like to get both of these. #3 and #4, I'd like to get both of these pressed, signed, sketched, and graded as well, so I can complete the issues #1 through 4 from the Eastman and Laird original magazine size books. But you know what? There's one more. There's also one more of those magazine size books. And what is it? Well, you know what it is. Raphael #1 in a CGC 9.2, also signed and sketched as well. So I'd like to get those other two books, like I just showed off, at some point, signed, sketched, and graded as well. I think those 5 would look amazing together on the wall. Okay, let's get into some regular comic books, because those are magazine size. Next one up, oh, what do you know? It's probably my favorite comic book in my collection. Probably my favorite book in the entire collection, maybe. It's between this one and maybe 1 or 2 other books. The Brave and the Bold 28, CGC 2.0, first appearance of the Justice League. Iconic cover, awesome book. This book started it all in terms of team books. I feel like for DC and even the Avengers and X-Men as well. Love this book. I got this about a year ago. I would like to upgrade it at some point because there is some tape on the spine, and I don't know, I feel like at some point it would look better if I got like a 3.0 or a 4.0. But you know what? A 2.0 will do. Next book up. This is a nice companion piece for the first appearance of the Justice League. That was a Brave and the Bold 28. This is a Brave and the Bold 54. The first appearance of the Teen Titans in a CGC 4.0. Love this cover. We got Robin, Aquaman, and Aqualad, and Kid Flash as well in a CGC 4.0. Love this cover. Love this book. Sticking with DC. Most of these books are going to be DC, but there are a few, just handful of Marvel books as well. Next book up, what do we got? Probably the best single issue Batman comic book of all time. Square bound book, Batman the Killing Joke, first printing in a CGC 9.8. Just an iconic cover here. Awesome story. If you've never read it, do yourself a favor and read it. And even the back cover is iconic as well. Okay, let's get into a couple Marvel books. I think there's just 2 here. And I got a couple more on my wall that I like as well, but these next 2 I feel like are my favorite ones. This is The Amazing Spider-Man #129, the first appearance of the Punisher. This is another book that I'd like to upgrade at some point. I'd like to get like a 5.0 or a 6.0 copy, first appearance of the Punisher. I love the TV show as well. I thought it was great, but I definitely love this book in my collection. Next book up, another Spider-Man book. What do we got? Ultimate Fallout issue #4, first printing, the first appearance of Miles Morales as Spider-Man. I love the Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse movies. Awesome character. I got into this book way before it blew up. Happy to have it in my collection. First appearance of Miles Morales in a 9.6. Sorry if you hear kids laughing, running, all that. My daughter has a friend over there playing. Her room is right next to the room I'm recording in. Okay, back to some DC. This might be, outside of the Brave and the Bold 28, this might be my favorite comic book in my collection. If I had to like rank them 1, 2, 3 through whatever, this might be 1, 2, or 3. It's up there. It is up there for sure. Flash number 110, the first appearance of Kid Flash and a CGC 5.0. We also get the first appearance of Weather Wizard. Love this book. Kid Flash, Wally West is my favorite Flash. Probably my favorite DC character as well, outside of Batman, of course. Okay, sorry about that. Next book up on the list, we have Batman issue 232 in a CGC 4.5. First appearance and first cover appearance as well of Ra's al Ghul. Awesome cover here, Neil Adams stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book. Love this. And actually, this is my first purchase from Heritage Auctions. So, okay, next book up. This would be in the top 5. This next book up would be top 5. It'd probably be between 3 and 5 as my favorite comic books in my collection. Iconic cover. I love the purple on the cover. Detective Comics 359. The first appearance of Barbara Gordon as Batgirl in a CGC 5.0. I love this book. Definitely overpaid for it, considering what it was going for when I bought it versus what it's going for now. I did a whole other video on that as well, but love this book in my collection. Okay, we got 3 books left here, and I don't know how many I grabbed, maybe 10 or so. This next book, the reason I grabbed it, there's not a first appearance in here, but it's the first book in a storyline that, in my opinion, is the best Batman story ever created. This is Batman issue 404, the first book in the year 1 storyline in a CGC 9.8, written by Frank Miller, art by David Mazzucchelli. Love this book. Love Batman year 1. It spans from 404 to 407. Had the first one in a 9.8. I had the other ones, but I think they're more like 9.4, 9.6s. So maybe I won't get them graded. But I love this book. Love to have it in my collection. 9.8. Okay, if you are a DC or Marvel fan, this is probably the time to exit the video, because these last 2 books here are probably not going to be for you. They're kind of like what we got right here. This one holds a special meaning to me because I grew up as a big Power Rangers fan. I was 5 years old when the first Power Rangers show hit the television sets. And I remember loving it. And then a character joined the show. The Green Power Ranger joined the show. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, right? It started off bad, ended up being good. Let's get to the book here. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, issue number 0, the 1 of 50 Green Power Ranger cover in a 9.8. Beautiful cover. I have all of the helmet covers for issue 0 except for the Comics Pro edition. I'll try to throw up a photo of it right here. It's a Red Ranger helmet cover with the Dragon Shield as well. That's the only one I don't have of the original issue 0 covers. All the other ones, White Ranger, even the 1 of 100, and the regular team, I have them all in 9.8. I also have that issue 9 second print in 9.8, and issue 5 San Diego Comic-Con Black Ranger Dragon Shield in 9.8 as well. Enough bragging though. I love this. Love that cover. In this last book up here, if you've been following the channel for a couple of years, you know what this book is. This is my first and only exclusive comic book I've ever done. I didn't write it, didn't do the cover, but I was able to be a part of it and have my logo on the back. Right there. This is Mighty Morphin number 4, 616 Comics, Joel's Art Collectibles, and Burke Family 54 Comics exclusive. Cover done by Hal Laren in a 9.8, and I signed it as well. Hashtag Burke Fam. It even says my name up here. I'm trying to show it up right there on the label as well, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that is probably... that would be a top 3 for book in my collection, even though like it's not worth a ton, but to me, like emotionally, it means a lot. Feels like I accomplished something. Love having that book in my collection. There's a ton of other awesome books. At some point, I'm going to do a top 50 slabs in my collection video now that I have my TMNT #1 back. Again, I'm Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think of today's video. Which book is your favorite? How are you celebrating National Comic Book Day? All of that and more. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, go Cats!
Cowabunga! It's morphin' time!